Everybody, and welcome back. Ready for another deep dive.
Always ready to dive in.
So today we're taking a look at this fascinating woman, Mia.
Mia, yeah,
I mean, talk about a unique path.
right.
These sources are incredible. We've got like glimpses into her life, her work, and how she uses all these different skills to, help people connect with something bigger.
Yeah, I was struck by that too. It's like this whole interception of ancient traditions and the digital age.
Exactly. It's like mystical meets modern.
Right, totally.
And you wouldn't believe this, but this woman's journey with tarot, it started when she was like 9 years old. 9.
Nine. Wow, that's incredible. I mean, to be exposed to something like that at such a young age, I was still trying to figure out how to ride a bike at 9.
Right, I know. At 9, I was all about Pokemon cards, not
Yeah.
exactly delving into the mysteries of the universe.
Yeah, no kidding. So, I mean, you got to wonder what kind of impact does that have to be immersed in that world of symbolism, intuition, all that from such a tender age. It's got to shape you,
It
right?
has to, right? I mean,
Thinking.
it's got to be foundational to her whole approach. And, on top of that, she spent over 35 years studying with a tarot master. 35 years.
Yeah.
That's like a whole lifetime dedicated to just this one thing.
Yeah, that's not just dabbling, That's a serious commitment to mastering this art, this craft. It's like it suggests a depth of knowledge that goes way beyond, your average fortune teller or whatever.
Way beyond. This is like next level stuff. And it's not even just about the tarot with her.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got all these other abilities too. Like she's clairvoyant and clairaudient. I mean, I know what those words mean, but like, could you break it down for those listening who might not be as familiar with all that?
Sure, yeah. Clairvoyance, it's like having this inner screen, this mental space where you can see things, receive information visually, like mental images, symbols, visions, that kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
And then clairaudience, it's similar, but instead of seeing it, it's about hearing things. So insights that come through as voices or sounds that aren't, physically present.
Okay, so she's basically like tuning into frequencies that most of us can't even pick up.
Exactly. Like
right.
tapping into this hidden layer of reality that most people just aren't aware of.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. Do you think these abilities are something that anyone can develop, or is she just, wired differently?
That's a question that's been debated for centuries, probably. Some people believe that we all have these abilities to some extent, just kind of dormant, waiting to be unlocked or awakened.
Right.
And then there are those who believe that folks like Mia, they're just born with these unique gifts.
Makes you wonder, for sure. All right, so we've got the tarot, we've got the psychic abilities, but then she also uses physiognomy.
Physiognomy.
I know, right? I had to look it up, too. Basically, it's like reading personality traits and stuff just by looking at someone's face.
Oh, right. Yeah. It's like she's observing facial features, bone structure, all the subtle little expressions that we make and using that to gain insights into a person's character.
That's crazy. So it's like the face becomes a map of who you are.
Exactly. It's like
Oh,
every line, every curve, it tells a story.
wow. I got to admit, I'm a little freaked out by how much she can probably tell just by looking at me right now.
Well, it's more about understanding, not judging.
Right. Of course.
Yeah.
So physiognomy. But then, on top of all that, she also does photo reading. Like
Yeah.
what? Can she tell my future from a selfie or something?
Haha. Well, not exactly future per se. It's more like, tuning into the energy that's imprinted on the photo. Like kind of like psychometry, but with images instead of objects.
Okay, so like the photo holds a kind of like energetic imprint of the person.
Exactly. And she can use that to get a deeper sense of their character, their emotional state, even past experiences that might be influencing them.
Okay, so that's wild. All right, so we've got all these ways of understanding a person, but then there's the healing aspect too with the Reiki, right? What's your take on energy healing? It seems like some people are like totally on board with it and others are just like super skeptical. Where do you fall on that spectrum?
Yeah, it's definitely a topic that can spark some strong opinions. I've seen it all. People who swear by it, people who think it's complete hogwash. And, there's definitely more and more research coming out about the potential benefits, like for stress reduction, pain management, and even boosting the immune system.
Interesting.
But it's not a cure-all, and it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I think it's important to approach it with both an open mind and a healthy dose of critical thinking.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's got to be about finding what works for you, right?
Yeah, Absolutely. It's all about personal exploration and finding what resonates. And you know, what's interesting about Mia is that she doesn't just offer Reiki healing sessions, she also offers training so people can become certified Reiki masters themselves.
Oh, wow. So she's like empowering others to tap into that healing energy.
Exactly.
And here's where things get really interesting because she's using technology to connect with people all over the world. Like she's got a website, she's on WhatsApp, Skype, all of that. It's like she's taking these ancient practices and like plugging them into the internet.
Yeah. It's amazing